What up?
Hello, 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 hello.
You should get a shirt to say that. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, my American brothers and sisters.
What's good? What's
Yes, yes,
good?
yes.
I need to get me a Chicago Fish red hat.
Yes, we really do. Yeah, like that
Yes.
hat you had, like the Make America Great Again hat.
Make Chicago
And
great again hat. It
you
was
had
so
that.
funny when I had got to Make Chicago great again hat. I wore that to the point. Let me look, just look at this.
Oh, you gotta keep that. You got that. We gotta, yes, make Chicago great again.
This was it.
Hmm.
This is when I decided. I was like, look at this. It's been through a lot.
Yeah, but look, hey, that's the look. We love that hat. That's right. Yes, yes.
So this hat right here. This was the hat, man. This was the hat. This is the hat that I came back from my first band.
Welcome to OCC Learning, an e-learning platform where investors can find realistic.
I wore this hat. I made this hat. A shout out to my man White Mike. White Mike he got one too. He was wearing his. He was wearing his on the south side, all through the south side, and I had mine down in city council.
But see, that's
we
that's
got
prophecy. That was prophecy in the making. Make Chicago great again. That was prophecy in the making.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to White Mike, because he went and he came to pick me up. I was so down, and I was like, oh my God, I got it. Like I felt like I just lost my voice. But that's when I really knew that it's really some ops out here. You understand? But he came. He went. He took me to go get this made.
So yeah.
Shout out to my man.
Yeah, shout out. Love the hat.
Yes. Woo woo. All right. So let's get into it. I was invited by, I call her Miss Duchess. Miss Duchess, I met Miss Duchess after I did the Breakfast Club interview. A lot of people reached out to me that's on Black Excellence, not Black Excellence, sorry. It was a independent radio station. Everybody's on there, like Kata's on there with Tyrone Muhammad. It was a few Roman. I forgot. Intellectual Radio. Oh, we went on there with Shar.
Mm-hmm.
That, and then a couple of people reached out to me to call in for WVON. I didn't, and so I would call when they would ask me. But after one interview on Intellectual Radio, a lady by Miss Duchess calls me. She got my phone number. She said from, I forgot who she got it from, and she said that she was interested in helping me out. If I needed help with putting anything together. She said she had a few prayer lines and all these other things like that, and I was working on my oh yeah, I was doing my parade, my march, my DNC march in remembrance of Dick Gregory when he protested. He protested from Hyde Park, when he was living in Hyde Park, to McCormick Place, but a little bit further down. So basically did the same walk that he did. And she joined me, her and a few of her elders. That a few other elders joined me. And hold on. And yeah, that was
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry I have to let the intro play a little bit. Welcome back to the Chicago Conservative live stream edition. Today we're going to be giving our opinion on Zoe Lee and Danny's, side of the story when it comes to the Paul McKinley. Apparently they got his name wrong in the description, guys. So we got to definitely change his name from McKinney to McKinley. Cause yeah, that's not right. What's going on, Pete? How's it going, man? But yeah, guys, we just gonna be breaking this video down, getting their side of the story, and yeah, like and subscribe, guys. let's continue this.
Was how that worked. And she kept in touch with me. She always would tell me, if I was ever going to run for office, or if I had anybody going to run for office and I needed help with like getting signatures and things like that, that she would help. She would help and all those things. She also had reached out to me a couple of times about, she said she's good friends with Alderman David Moore, and that she was going to try to reach out to David Moore to see if he would sit down with my family. I told her that he's not going to, but she's like, no. Like, I remember the Sandpiper Lounge, and I'm gonna see. We gotta all stick together, and and of course not. Also, she did a few events with Mama Doris, with P. Ray, and a couple of other things on the South Side when it comes to getting the voices out. So she's just always, I guess, just trying to bring the community together and stuff like that, but also kind of confused because I'm new to this, but she knows all these other people. So, she's getting all these crazy sides. So, because back they did something called People in the Park, and it was Austin Library, South Chicago Library, and Woodson Library, all at the libraries from 1:30 to 3:30, and this was Tuesday, March 4th. She sent this to me, but she was explaining that they did this on the 15th of February, the 23rd of February, and the 28th of February. And it says Patricia P. Ray Easley was the moderator. She sent this to me because when we went down to DC,
Why am I not surprised?
see the first time when Brandon Johnson was testifying, her thing was asking me, why do I keep talking about Brandon Johnson? Brandon Johnson wasn't the reason why my building was knocked down. And I was like, huh? I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, well, you keep going on Brandon Johnson. This is when everybody started like wanting like everybody basically trying to protect Brandon Johnson. This is when I started realizing, okay,
she told me the same thing, guys. She didn't want me to basically criticize Brandon Johnson when I was up there at City Hall speaking at the microphone. She would always say, I'm referring to P. Ray, by the way. She would always say things like, yeah, don't be too hard on Brandon Johnson. I know his wife. We live down the street together. Like, man, listen. This dude is the worst mayor, in my opinion, in my generation, I should say, in Chicago history. There's nobody worse than Brandon Johnson. That includes Rob Emanuel, man. Dude, Brandon Johnson just sucks.
People getting paid because it doesn't make any sense. But I told her, I said, Miss Dutchie, I said, with all due respect, I respect you and I respect what you're trying to do. I said, but if I was the mayor, and I think anybody else that was a mayor or a public servant, especially when it don't have nothing to do with him, like you said, would have easily tried to make this go away before it even got this big. I'm not the reason why he's down there testifying. We may be one of the reasons, but it's a whole bunch of people in Chicago that's mad at this man and mad at Governor Pritzker, mad at Kwame Raoul, mad at everybody. We're not getting any help at all. So people start calling on the federal government to help. So that's why he's down there. However, don't come at me with we're just targeting him out, because I target everybody. So that's just what it is. Now, after that, she's called me a few times to, check in with me, ask me, was I okay? She called me last time I heard from her on the phone. It was about the Regal rally and asking, more about that. And then she said she was going to try to make it. Sunday, she sent me a flyer, and it says about the migrants in the 4th Ward at the Young Women's Leadership Charter School, 2641 South Calumet Avenue. Share and invite community leaders. Host Robert McKay, WVON Radio, Paul McKinney, 4th Ward Republican Committeeman, Jackie Page, community organizer. May 12th, 2025, 12:30 to 3:30 p.m. King Library, 3436 South King Drive. Now it's Paul McKinley, but on the flyer that I was sent twice. I was sent it on Sunday at 9:50 in the morning. That's Mother's Day, and then it was sent again. It was sent again Monday morning. I mean, Monday morning. And I had already put this in our group chat because I was like, oh, that's another shelter. Like, okay, so clearly they got wind of us doing the High Park shelter one, and then the one happened on Cicero. So now they see this, and Danielle came to pick me up, and I live down the street, and you can take it on from there, Danielle.
Okay, so yes, well,
I want to buy your house.
Yep.
I can pay you cash for your house no matter what condition it's in. If you need to sell your house for any reason.
Sorry.
of course, everyone knows that we are actively fighting against this illegal alien invasion, and we want them deported, especially the murderers and the criminals. So everyone knows that I'm very vocal about it. Chicago Flips Red is very vocal about it. So of course, this is just another shelter that's people need help. They're showing what the residents need help.
Guys, don't be scared to put your opinions in the chat. Make sure you guys like and subscribe as well, because we definitely gonna be reacting to this. I'm just listening right now. I don't really want to give my opinion too much because I'm just trying to see what actually happened from their point of view, guys. So, don't be discouraged because I'm not really pausing like I usually do. But yeah, guys, still engage, like and subscribe, and yeah.
Because they are putting a shelter or have a shelter in their community, and they're actively fighting this. Okay, no brainer. We are here anytime. When they picked up Zoe, we go to the library. Now, when we walk in, we go until we ask the clerk, hey, they're having a meeting for the shelter, town hall for the shelter. She directs us into the room. Soon as we walked in, mind you, I don't know who these people are. None of them. Zoe don't know these people except for the lady, I guess, who invited her.
Two
people. Other than that, we don't ever seen this man before, never known he was a community man, nothing.
So here's the thing, guys. They don't know Paul McKinney or McKinley, I should say, excuse me, but he know who they are, So I don't know if it was because of this Rainbow Push event or something like that, but Paul McKinley was definitely unfond of Zoe because we all seen the footage, how he was basically telling Zoe, she can't be up in here, this, that, and the third. So, yeah, even though, they didn't know Paul McKinney, McKinley, excuse me, I gotta fix that. He knew exactly who they were. Now, granted, Danny be on Fox and this, that, and the third. So, I mean, he clearly have seen her before, her and Zoe. So, let's just continue. But I find that kind of crazy how he know who, Zoe and Danny is, but Danny and Zoe don't know who he is. Let's just continue, though.
I don't know nothing about none of these people. So, soon as we walk in, his exact words was, what y'all bitches doing here?
What?
And I'm looking because I don't know that he's talking to me. I don't even know. I'm like, what? Y'all bitches got to get the fuck up out of here.
Are you serious? Why are you talking to them like this, bro? Who do you think you are? Who does this damn asshat think he is, chat? He is not talking to no dudes like this. He ain't talking to nobody off the streets like this. He not talking to no man like this. This is definitely a coward. For you to call him what you B words doing, first of all, how that is so disrespectful, bro. That is so disrespectful when these women didn't do anything to you. What, because they was talking about Jesse Jackson? I thought you was a Republican, Paul. So you mad because they insulted Jesse Jackson, who was a clear sellout? Make it make sense, dude. But yeah, that's definitely disrespectful. I'm not going for that if that was my wife.
Don't nobody, he said, y'all bitches got to get the fuck up out of here now. He's walking with the door. He walked up to us. We don't know him. He walked up to us in our face. And then we proceeded, and the lady who invited us, she said, no, I invited them. No, I invited them. They're here. I invited them. So he like, no, these bitches got to go. So walked. She said, get off me. Get off me. Because he was up on, she said, get up off me. She walked around and took a chair and sat down. She sat down. I'm standing up. The gentleman who he's right on the side of me. I don't care, bitch. I don't care if these bitches was invited. These bitches got to go. This is what he said.
Wow.
So the lady who invited us,
he's standing 10 toes on this though. Like this dude is a clear coward. Clear coward.
She's like, no. And so I'm like, look, I don't know who y'all are with, this. I'm like, let me get my phone. I said, because you all in my face. The gentleman that I ain't gonna call him a gentleman, that idiot, because he needs to be in jail too. He was right there.
I think she referring to the guy with the light blue on, guys. I think that's who she referring to.
With the blue on, the dude
yeah.
with that blue on.
He needs to be in jail too. Yeah. So he's standing on the side of me. Whatever Paul, or whatever his name is, Paul McKinley. It's a table, you all, because we're sitting at the table. He's right there, just on the opposite side. Zoe is sitting down right there. He's standing up over her in her face. This man is on the side of me. Get the fuck out of here, bitches. You heard what he said. So that's why I said, let me get my phone out, because it all was happening so fast. I got my phone now. I said, let me get my phone out, because now, you all in my face, and now you are too close. And so that's when you all saw it. Soon as I got my phone now and started recording, that's when he started walking away. He was right there. I put the phone right there. And then that's when I said, oh, now you walking away. Say what you know. Say what you was just saying to me. Right here, right? You can say what you was just saying to me. And so now, as I'm saying that, whatever that his Paul.
Right, and then she said, "Walk away." Yep, I think we get into the video part now.
Oh, I don't care. No. Let me go back. He said when we walked in, he said these bitches be up at Rainbow Push protesting. That's what he said. So let me go back. When we walked in, he said these bitches. He said y'all bitches gotta go, whatever like that. He said, and then as we walked, then the lady said, no, I invited them, and he said these bitches be at Rainbow Push protesting. And so that I forgot to put that in. So like I said, now so Zoe like what? You know what I'm saying? Rainbow Push? Where did you like? She was what? Bitch, you know what you be doing at Rainbow Push and stuff like that. That's when he was over there. I'm recording him. And I said, well, whatever she did and whatever she's doing at Rainbow Push, that's what y'all heard me saying. Whatever she was doing at Rainbow Push protesting, she's not doing none of that now. We're not doing none of that now. This don't have nothing to do with Rainbow Push. So that's what I said when I was saying,
so this dude basically, like we were saying earlier, this dude was basically defending Jesse Jackson when they were at Rainbow Push, insulting them people, guys. So yeah, Paul McKinley is definitely a Democrat in disguise. It's all coming to light now. Why would you be mad about Rainbow Push? That's pretty weird.
She's not doing that now. We don't even Rainbow Push. And that's when he knocked the phone. He said, get that phone out of my face. But he had been calling us bitches. But as soon as I had the camera on, he adjusted his tone, but still had that tone. And then he hit me because I'm right here. He hit me like this with the phone and pushed me back.
Monday CRM has the best AI features in the
Yeah, he definitely but he definitely assaulted her, guys. And it was all on camera. But the fact that he is doing all of this and basically out of a name like this is crazy, man.
When he pushed me back, that's when you all heard what y'all heard. So I was assaulted. Zoe was assaulted because when he pushed me back, he launched forward towards me. And as he launched forward towards me, we had started tussling and fighting. He was fighting, and I was fighting.
This dude is actually fighting a girl, though. Then he not even fighting like a baby D or nothing. Like, you fighting Danny, bro. Come on, dude.
Because he was trying to really attack me. Zoe tried to, she was trying to get him, like grab him, or I don't know if because it was happening. I don't really know what Zoe was doing. I really don't, because me and him was just at it. But the other gentleman was I saw him on from my peripheral. He was behind Zoe hitting her, but I don't know. But it was like the women were trying to get him up off, like saying, please don't hit her or something.
Yeah, I heard that part in the video as well, guys. They was basically begging the dude, please don't hit her. And he was like, get up, get up, get up,
on top of me. So they were trying to say, please, don't hit her, whatever. So the ladies were trying to stop it or whatever, and Zoe was trying to stop, but the man was hitting Zoe on her, like hitting her on her back and her head. Now I saw that because I'm laying down looking up and I'm seeing it, right? So needs to say, that's what happened. And so we was attacked because of the fact we were at Rainbow Push Coalition protesting. Now, come to find out, he's been going up to Rainbow Push. That's why he had the problem. He's been going up there.
Absolutely, guys. It's confirmed.
Meeting with Jesse Jackson, because
and this is P. Ray's homie, by the way. Like, she rocks with Paul McKinley hard, though. She don't go nowhere without Paul McKinley. And this is absolutely insane how this dude has been a Democrat the whole time, him and P. Ray, man.
Because every time we were protesting, it was because they were having workshops for illegal aliens. They was having civil rights attorneys for illegal aliens and not for the citizens. So that's why we were out there protesting. And the other protests we went out there is because, mind you, we wasn't at a protest. We were going there to go in, but because we were denied because we were Republicans, then we decided to protest outside. Then the next protest we did was because.
What do you mean they was not allowed in because they're Republicans? That's a violation of your, like, how long are we going to let these people violate the Constitution? People have rights in this country. Just because they're Republican don't mean they don't have a voice. Like, come on, man. This is insanity.
They were honoring, or she was a special guest, which is a lady who's over the immigration of refugees. And who is she? Just right quick, Zoe.
Exactly.
What was her name? Demetrius Post de Leon. Who was she?
Oh, Beatrice Ponce de Leon is the deputy mayor of immigration and refugee rights. She was there. Yes, she was there last Saturday as a special guest for the women's movement, which is a special celebration for Mother's Day and women who have paved the way as we honor the women of the movement, past, present, and future, whose strength and sacrifice have shaped our communities and advanced the fight for justice, equity, and civil rights. And she was the special guest, along with Dr. Carol Adams was the keynote speaker, of course, moderator, Yusef Jackson, and then Congressman Jonathan Jackson. It always starts at 9 a.m. for breakfast. It's 10 a.m. for forum. You register now at rainbowpush.org and take part in this powerful dialogue that we have yet to be able to take part of.
Yeah, so we were denied that, and kind of found out that's where he been. Obviously, that's where he's been at. So that's why he had a problem. He said because we be protesting rainbow. That's what he said. Now, after they got him, because we were on the ground, they pulled him up. I got up, and now they were trying to. I said, call the police. I want him arrested because he assaulted me.
Right.
They was hesitant at first. Then I demanded and then they called the police. Then the police came and they talked to him first. And then they came up in there where we were. And the police was saying, well, he just want to settle it. And he's saying that, if y'all want to settle it, then we'll just settle it. I said, no,
nah,
absolutely not.
This fool talking about, let's just settle it. You just put your hands on two women, dude. There is no settling it. I mean, there is no settling it. You and your lackey or whoever that dude in the light blue was, nah, ain't no settling it, dude. After you put your hands on a woman, dude, at that point, you have to get arrested. You have to get arrested. You're too unhinged, my guy.
We're not settling anything. I want him arrested because he assaulted me. I don't know that man. That man, he assaulted me. They were saying, well, he was, he's saying one thing. He's saying one thing, and you're saying another thing. So, we can just settle that because basically he's saying one thing and I'm saying another thing. And this is what I said. I said, no. What I want you all to do and what I'm calling for, those cameras, because they had cameras right in the room. I said, I want you all to go look at the cameras because when you all go look at the cameras, you're going to see when we first walk in, you're going to see him run to us. You're going to see him come in our face. You're going to see him initiate everything. You're going to see us sit down, de-escalate, try to do. You're going to see the lady saying, I invited them. Hey,
she got him on camera assaulting her. But the thing is, yeah, where are the cameras in the library?
I invited them. Calm down. No, stop this. She was trying to stop. I invited them. You're going to see all of that. So I want him arrested, and that's my evidence. Go look at the cameras. Go get the cameras. Guess what, y'all? Guess what they said? Oh, first he said, well, we can look at the cameras, but it won't be no sound. I said, sir, okay. I don't care if it's not.
Okay. Well, so what if it's no sound? Like, I don't need sound to see someone escalating a fight. What are you talking about? Like, man, these people be dumb. Either they're dumb or they're protecting Paul.
No sound. You're going to see the actions.
Right.
I don't care if it's not a sound.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
We're going to see the actions. And with those actions, you're going to see exactly what happened. Go get the cameras. Go to that. Then, y'all, guess what this? The cameras don't work.
Oh, wow.
I'll slate it.
So now the people in the library are claiming that the cameras don't work, ladies and gentlemen. These people are pathetic. That's just pathetic. So which is it? Do the sound not work? Do the cameras not work? Like, what's really going on here? This is why I just can't with black folks sometimes, man. You are a library. How do you not have working cameras? What are you, stupid?
You are. So they thought, this is what they thought. When they said that, I said, hold on. I said, okay. I said, you know what? I don't want to talk to you because he was a plain, just a regular. I don't want to talk to you. I want to see, because he was trying to, what he was trying to do was let it just be, forgiven. He, he did what he did, y'all did, and that's just let it go. No. So I said, I want a sergeant, or, I want a sergeant in here. So they had a sergeant came in. Now, mind you, the sergeant is still acting like they want to just arrest me. They want to take his word, because they didn't know, y'all, they didn't know I had video. They never knew I had video. So the lady is talking to the sergeant, the lady who invited us. She's talking to the sergeant, and now he's asking her what happened. Zoe sitting back there. She was first kind of a little bit timid. Zoe said no. She said, like, well, it was on, I posted it live on Facebook, and it was for the public to come. I invited everybody. And so, yeah, I did. And Zoe said, no, tell them you personally invited me. I got a text from you. You personally asked us to come here. So then she said, yeah, I did. And now he said, well, what happened? So she was like,
so that rules out, ladies and gentlemen. This means that Zoe and Danny did not trespass when it come to this event that happened at the library. So,
well, first she didn't want to. She was really very hesitant. And
I want to know who was in charge of this event. That's very important, because who is Paul to dictate, Zoe and Danny to leave?
They came in. He said he used words that, and I'm a Christian, so I don't want to use those words. Zoe said, tell him what, stop sugarcoating, tell him. She said, okay, yeah, he cussed them out. He did use curse words that I don't want to say. This is how we're, look, the sergeant said he got it on body cam. Because I said, no, I want to make sure. She said he did cuss them out. He works in this language that I can't say because I'm a Christian. I don't want to repeat. And the sergeant said, okay, you don't have to repeat it. So he did say that. And he was aggressive. And I was telling them that I did invite them. And he did assault her first.
Mm-hmm. And no man should be putting their hands on a woman and da. She said all of that.
She said,
yeah, absolutely, man. You putting your hands on a woman, dude, you just suck. I'm not gonna lie. If you're not defending yourself from a crazy chick, what are you putting your hands on a woman for, dude? Like, let's be real. And then you got closed fist. I can see if she's trying to attack you and you just grab her and like throw her off you, but come on, dude, let's be real. And then it's like, why are you guys doing this in a public establishment, though? Like, this do not make black people look good when you guys do this. Please.
Said all of that. So
yeah.
I said no. I said, so I'm telling the sergeant, oh, make sure you get that. Don't look at me. Do not look at me. Make sure you're right.
Yes, I'm gonna be covering the Diddy trial, guys. There's a lot of stuff that I've been hearing about this case. Another woman that testified today, and it's not really looking good for Diddy, guys. I've heard a lot of disturbing things about this dude. Yeah, it's not looking good for him. But you guys know we got to have all the information first, because these are just people that are on the stand. But turns out that Diddy might be going on the stand, guys. Might not. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's a good idea for him to speak. That's just me. If I was his lawyer, I wouldn't say anything. Well, I wouldn't make him say anything, I should say.
Writing down everything she's telling. That's what I said. I said, don't look at me. Make sure you're writing down every word. So I said, the first thing she said, we walked in, he came to us, started cussing us out. I said, the second thing, she said he escalated. And the third thing, she said he assaulted me first. Please make sure you had it. And then he said, well, we got the body count going. Okay. Then after that, he still was, I said, I want him arrested. You have the witness account. And he's saying, well, we still have to still just see what's going on. This is what he said. I said, you know what? I'll show you one even better. I have video footage. Since y'all want
show, like, man, at that point, just show them the video, because what the hell is wrong with these stupid cops?
to play these games, I have video footage. Since the camera ain't working, the so-called camera ain't working. First, it didn't have no audio. Now it's not working. The witness is telling you what happened. Since you all want to play this game, because I know why you mad, because that's the same sergeant and the same that be up at Operation Push, y'all. He the same sergeant that been up. We got him on video. It's saying
all connected. That's what I'm saying, man. These people do so crooked. It's insane. You send the same sergeant that was out there at Rainbow Push. Why are you the only one that's showing up? Give me another sergeant at this point, because what is wrong with this dude?
his face, the white clothes, he be up at Operation Push. Same one. I said, since we're gonna play these games, I know what's happening. Since we're gonna play these games, what I'm going to do is I have a video. And he said, oh, you got a video? Yes, I show him the video, you all, the video that's online. He said, could you show me again? I said, we ain't doing this. I said, we ain't doing this. I want a commander. Then by this time, my husband had got up there. So now my husband, they wasn't gonna let my husband in. But then, after a while, they allowed him to come in. And my husband said, okay, so what we doing? He was very calm, because he know the procedure. My husband just wasn't listening to all that. He just want to know, let y'all not put him in that police car. That's all he was just waiting for. Let them not put him in that police.
Ooh, yeah, that was gonna be nasty. Ooh, yeah, man. Like, even if he wasn't a police officer, man, like, that's dude's wife, man. At the end of the day, you let this dude go while him insulting his wife, not even insulting. Well, insulting and assaulting his wife, I should say. So, yeah, I'm actually not wrong about that. He insulted his wife. He assaulted his wife. Yeah. If Paul McKinley wouldn't have been held accountable for his actions, probably would have ended really, really, really bad.
A police car. We ain't even gonna play this game. So my husband came. My husband, we were talking stuff like that. My husband said, Zoe said, Chuck, they were trying to lock Danny up. If Danny didn't have that footage of because see the next.
That's insane how they're trying to lock up Danny when she's the victim. That's Chicago for you, man. That is definitely Chicago for you. How the hell are you going to lock up a woman that just got assaulted by a guy?
Narrative is this, you all. These are rhinos. Now that I know who this man is, now that I see, found out a little bit about this man. These are rhinos. These people are with Brandon Johnson. These people are with Operation Push. These people they're Democrats by day. I mean, Republicans by day and Democrats by night. And him, P. Ray, they all together. This is who they are been, and we know she's been meeting up with Brandon Johnson. Her own people put a video out on her, and we're gonna post that. But anyway, we're gonna get into that. But these are who these people are. So these people are so mad because we're not Brandon Johnson. You cannot buy us. We would never meet with Brandon Johnson. None of these people who are Tony Pratt wrinkle, everybody who's.
Yeah, guys, Paul McKinley is definitely not a Republican. I don't even know how he's the fourth ward committeeman. Well, I'm not sure if he still is, because after this incident, if he still is if he keeps his position, that's gonna look very, very bad on the Republican committee, man. But that's just me. This dude should not get his job. I don't know if this is a job or a position or something like that, but he should not continue to keep being the fourth ward representative when it comes to the Republican committee. I don't think he should do it. I think he should be suspended indefinitely, ladies and gentlemen. That's just my opinion. And yes, she was referring to the live that I did. And like I said, guys, P. Ray is a Republican by day, Democrat by night. She works with Brandon Johnson. You guys already know the scoop with her. I'm not, honestly, this lady wants to be relevant so bad. It's honestly pathetic. This lady wants to be relevant so freaking bad. I almost want to throw up, though, because she's just dying and she's just fading out in irrelevancy. And she crashed out when she saw Danny at this congressional hearing, guys. I'm trying to tell you, P. Ray, I can't even believe. Well, really, I was just pro MAGA. I was very, very pro MAGA. But, guys, I don't even know how I lasted that long. I'm going to be honest. But that's because I was doing the right thing, unlike her. She's trying to do deals with Brandon Johnson and stuff. Like, nah.
All these aldermen, everybody who's destroying Chicago, they're our enemy. We're not meeting with them. We're not friends with them. We don't want to, they can't offer us anything. And we're going to flip Chicago red. That's what it is. So we're a threat to them. And that's why they want to, if I didn't have that video, I can't even imagine the picture they would have probably painted. They probably would have said, I was the aggressive one. Maybe Zoe was the aggressive. They would have said Zoe was the aggressive one because they really don't like Zoe. They would have said, we were the aggressive one, and they probably would have tried to lock us up if I didn't have that video because they said the cameras weren't working. So
the cameras wasn't working. But
if Danny didn't have that footage, she would have been cooked because Paul McKinley clearly knows people, guys. He clearly knows these people. So if she didn't have that footage of him assaulting her, who knows, man? Danny probably would have got arrested.
So I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna be finished up, and I'm gonna let Zoe tell you who he is. So my husband, so they was really hesitant. He was out there talking. My husband just waiting right here. So now when they saw my husband was there, and then it was just like, okay, because my husband say, so I just want to ask him, if I was here, was he gonna knock the phone out of my hand? I just want to see if he gonna knock the phone out of my hand. That's all. Just
ooh, hey, Chuck is trying to buck, bro. He's trying to buck up with Paul McKinley, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. I want to box this dude, bro. I want to really box this man. I want somebody to really beat him up. I don't even promote violence, but dude, you putting your hands on a woman? Come on, bro. And then 2 women at that. Then you're pushing other old women off you to continue to try to beat up a woman. Come on, dude. You gotta catch somebody fade. You gotta catch somebody fade.
That's what I just want to ask him that. And so they like, no. And he's just like, okay, well, I just want to, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just waiting for the arrest. I'm not, I'm cool. So eventually they arrested him. And then that
emotional intelligence, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. Don't be a NIGG number 3R. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how these black folks get. Kept it calm and professional. I can respect that.
That's when the footage went viral and blah blah blah. But y'all, I'm okay. Listen, he didn't know that he didn't know it could have went. I just want to say this. Good thing I know how to fight. Like for real, I can fight. And
hold on, guys, give me 1 second.
I'm not a victim. You're not going to intimidate me. You're not going to do all those things that the Democrat Party and the rhinos do to people to scare them. You're not going to do that. But the dangerous thing about what happened, you all, I'm a concealed and carry. My husband is, it's about that life, far as a police officer trained and things like that. It could have went really bad at that library, because if I was let's just say I'm a woman, I don't know this man I don't know him, period. He is aggressive with me and assaulting me. I'm threatened. He's a threat to me. I could have easily been concealed and carry and pulled out my firearm and shot him because he was a threat. He was the aggressor, and it could have went real bad at that point. This is how dangerous this is and how these people are. And I'm not going to let you assault me because it's just not going to go down like that. You're not just going to beat me down, nothing like that. That's not how we're going to do this. So I'm going to protect myself at all costs. So it could have went really bad, but how mad and dangerous these people are. So if these people are watching, I'm telling you all, leave us alone, because we are not trying to promote. We don't know nothing about violence. We're not on that. Our mission is to flip Chicago red and fight this corruption in Chicago and make Chicago great again. That's it. Illinois. Leave us alone, and please, do not come to us and threaten us or be a threat to us like he did, because it could have went a whole another way, and that would have been unfortunate. All right, Zoe.
Let's get into it. All right. First of all, I've seen this man plenty of times. Never knew his name and did not know that he was a Republican committeeman for the 4th Ward. That's number one. I've been protesting. I protested the first time I protested Rainbow Push. It was because Brandon Johnson was over there. And my thing is, I feel like Brandon Johnson don't need to be over in Southside until he addressed the shelter that was happening. I mean, the shelter that's in Hyde Park, across from Newport condominiums. I've been talking about. Mama Dora, somebody's very, very special to me and very dear here. And I feel like a lot of people take Mama Doris, they send Mama Doris off. Mama Doris is real. And she about that life. Okay, she about that life. And a lot of these people ain't about that life. But also, they don't want to get on Mama Doris' bad side. But Mama Doris is about that life. And Mama Doris has taught me a lot in a little bit of time. She's a teacher to me. And one of the things that
shout out Mom. Guys, Mama Doris is definitely a real one. And she definitely be trying to hold it down, guys. Even at her age, got to give her respect, guys. So W Mama Doris in the chat. For sure.
I always would say, she say that we are the Alpha and the Omega. We are the beginning and the end. And we are. And that's what I'm on. I'm about unity. And like I've told plenty of people, you don't got to like me. I don't have to like you. But we right now are in a fight. And we are, and we need, and this is our country, and we need to build it. You got to look at this. I mean, we built this country. You got to look at this as a science project. When we not cool, we don't have to be cool, but we got to get an A on this project. So that's that. I have dealt with all types of name calling. I've been called everything in the book. I do not care, because at the end of the day, it's about my mother. It's about my family, and it's about y'all ain't never about to play with Chicago. You're never about to play with my mother now, even though it's not connecting to people. My mother is a Marsh. We have my mother as a bloodline here. We have a lot of family here. Matter of fact, cousins then called me yesterday and reached out because they like, well, what's okay? My nephews from New York called me yesterday. What's up, Auntie? Like, do we need to come to Chicago? Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, this ain't a game. Okay?
Let me just say this while you
man, it's looking like everybody want a piece of Paul. Even me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody want a piece of Paul. Cousins, nephews, husbands. Man, just let me get my turn. That's all I want to say.
Listen, y'all. I got sons. One of my oldest sons is 35, and
oh my God, bro. This dude is about to get wailed on. She said sons with a S, though. Oh, no.
Other son is 30. 31. Even my girls don't play. Listen, my brothers and stuff, I got so many calls.
Brothers, husbands, sons. cousins, nephews. This dude's gonna get it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yesterday, I couldn't even answer the phone. This is not a game. Listen, y'all. That's why I keep saying we come in peace. Leave us alone. All right, Zoe.
Yeah. So when I protested Rainbow Push the first time, this was after we protested his birthday party. Because Brandon Johnson, you have yet to address the real crisis that's going on. Okay, I don't care. The word is on the street that you done stole some money because you feel like you're going to pay all of you, the coon leaders and the that's in Chicago that you feel like is going to make a difference. Coon pastors and the coon this and the coon that.
Yeah.
Without just being a man and going to Mary Richardson Lowry or whoever else your corporate counsel and have them take care of the cases. Now it's to the point that I don't even care. And my mother gonna win her case with the Rule 60. I don't care about that. But now I've got 3 other cases, okay? Because I have dealt with you guys suppressing my First Amendment rights, trying to ban me from speaking out on the injustices of what's going on because you guys keep this weird narrative going on about Black unity and Black excellence, and y'all are here for that while y'all are displacing us and pushing us out and putting
hypocrites. They don't even practice what they preach. And honestly, the whole Black thing, guys, is just getting pretty stupid. Like, I know William Hall of the 6th Ward, I think he sponsored something when it comes to like Black-only businesses. And, you know, people were showing up, buying own items and stuff like that. But here's the thing, guys. Black people aren't going to generate enough revenue when it comes to other Black folks consuming their products. You're going to need other, races. You're going to need other ethnic groups to invest in you. Because if you only got African, and then you got to think about it. Black people, they mess stuff up, guys. So your establishment is also at risk when you allow these people inside. That's all I'm saying.
And taking these homes from these seniors and putting them in public housing in the projects, or putting them in nursing homes, breaking what they have, breaking a little bit that they have, silencing them as well. So now that they're waking up, now that they're seeing that, oh, okay, this is not the Chicago. Yeah, this ain't here in Washington, Chicago. This is not here in Washington, Chicago. This is not the Chicago back in the day when y'all were striding, when y'all had everything going on that y'all didn't have to go downtown. This is not the Chicago when we had our Black grocery stores like Mr. Armour and stuff like this. No, this Chicago that you're dealing with is a bunch of rejects who are selling out the community, the little bit of South Side that you have left, to the highest bidder, and the highest bidder is white, Black, Latino. It doesn't matter. They are you're dealing. You got a hoe in office as a mayor, and he is giving it to anybody that's going to give him anything because he has another agenda, and that agenda was whatever CTU and them.
Thank you, Zoe. Thank you. Once this guy retired, I don't even know why he's still with the CTU. Let's just start with that. That's conflict of interest, ladies and gentlemen. The CTU has become its own political party, believe it or not. It's become its own political party when it comes to Chicago, Illinois, guys. So this is a problem. How like an education group is basically manipulating voters into voting Democrat. I don't think, schools and stuff like that should lean left or right. I think they should be very, very, very neutral.
Had when they went over to Venezuela a few years back. And y'all need to go and watch that. There's a YouTube about the CTU situation, and that will break down a lot more with that. However, when I protested outside, I didn't sign up, didn't register to go to the Rainbow Push breakfast. I purposely protested outside of Rainbow Push because Brandon Johnson was there, and Brandon Johnson should not have been there. That is why I did that. After we were done, we left. We went to go have Nicole went and had breakfast. Fuqua went his way. Everybody went their way. Good, right? After that, there was another Rainbow Push Saturday forum about civil rights attorneys and about the illegal immigration families being broken up in unconstitutional rights and stuff like that. And then saying that Medicaid is being taken away, and I'm so tired of hearing that. So I was like, man, I want to, what's going on? I'm going to protest this. Danielle said no. She said we could do like we did with Michelle Harris, Paul, Pat Dow, all those stuff. When they have town halls, William Hall, we just go and listen, because we don't try to protest. And this is real talk. We don't try to protest our people unless they are absolutely ops. So it was this time, let's register because it's a public forum and we want to hear what they have to say. When I got there, they said, no, I cannot go in. And I said, well, why can't I go in? And they said, because, and that same that same sergeant that did not want to lock this man up barely, he was there. And he said, well, they feel like you're going to protest. And I said,
they feel like discrimination.
Yeah, they feel like I'm going to protest. And I said, if I wanted to protest, I would have protested outside. I would have never registered. I said, I came in to listen.
Mm-hmm. Y'all got lawyers. I need a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got lawyers, civil rights lawyers. My civil rights are being violated. I just want to come in.
Yeah, I just want to see what's going on. And I just want to see what's going on. And I had
guys. Oh, that's one of my subscribers too. Guys, I'm actually about to do a call-in show with my boy Choo Choo. So if you guys want to tune into that, because we're going to have to put this live stream on a pause. So we're just going to name this part 1. Okay, guys. And we're going to continue this. Yeah, we're going to do a call-in show, Truth. So if you guys want to call into the show, feel free to check out the live stream in about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, guys, because I got to set up everything. But we're just going to, put this as a part 1. Let me just see. Edit that real quick. Okay. So this is part 1, guys. We're going to come back to this, but I'm actually about to start the call-in show, guys. So make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're new, so you guys can check out the call-in show. Call in, give us your opinion. So yes, guys. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of notifications. But thank you guys for checking it out. I will definitely see you guys in a second. So please check out the call-in show. What's going on, Truth? Yep. So peace out, guys. Give me 1 second.